Today on Commander Replay, we try out some new things with Firesong and Sunspeaker. Can our new tech lead us to victory against Atraxa and Muldrotha? Find out next on Commander Replay. I just want to say thank you to all of my awesome Patreon supporters. You guys are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Firesong and Sunspeaker, trying out a new build. Now that we have Smothering Tithe, I've gone pretty heavy into the wheel game, and we'll see how that works out for us. We took our free mulligan into a pretty good opener with this Mana Crypt, Thaumatic Compass, Tajik, and a Mark of Asylum. So the next thing that we'll be looking for is basically to try to empty out our hand and then find a wheel. So, like I've been talking about on the channel for the past couple weeks, Smothering Tithe really kind of changes how you can build white and Boros decks. And so we're going to try it out today and see if Wheels and Smothering Tithe are enough to allow us to play this almost like a combo deck. So, our turn one, we draw into a Stuffy Doll. Let's lay down the Plateau, cast the Mana Crypt. I am thinking let's go for Thaumatic Compass, and we will pass turn like that. Next turn, I'll probably go for Tajik, and at any point, if we need to, we can always activate the Compass to get some additional lands, which sounds pretty sweet. Today, we are facing off against Muldrotha the Gravetide, an Atraxa Praetor's Voice, and a General Tazri. Hope that's not the Allied Tribal General Tazri. That is a pretty strong deck, though. If we can find a board wipe pretty soon, we may be able to shut down the General Tazri opponent. Muldrotha makes me a little bit nervous with the graveyard shenanigans. Atraxa can be a little bit scary too. We have like 7 board wipes in our deck, which should be like pretty good game to keep Atraxa out of play, which is good. We also do have a Magma Quake, which is really good for blowing up Planeswalkers. So if we get that Magma Quake, we'll want to make sure that we hold on to that, assuming that they're doing the Planeswalker Atraxa bit. And General Tazri scoops. Well, so that'll bring it back to our turn. Mana Crypt flip on us. Go tails on the flip. We draw into a Blasphemous Act. Sweet. Play the Plains. Let's get down the Tajik. And we'll pass like that. So I was able to sneak a few other cards that I was interested in trying out into this deck. Endbringer is a card that was actually mentioned in the Command Zone video that they did on Boros a few years back now. And it's kind of been on my mind a little bit. It's something I want to try out. It does seem like it's probably just a little bit too mana intensive, especially since we're already playing a ton of wheels and things like that, which, you know, are very mana efficient ways to draw cards, just that our opponents get to draw also. But it's something that I want to try out. I think it might be able to work in this deck because this deck is kind of more about sitting back a little bit and leaving up mana, especially with the instant speed burn spells. So because we can do that, I think it's something worth giving a shot. It may be a little bit slow for what I'm hoping, but we'll see. So Atraxa lays down a Party Jace and goes partying, so we get to draw an extra card. We draw into a Fault Line, and it's going to bring it back to our turn. Mana Crypt's going to trigger. Go heads. Lost the flip. We draw a Return to Dust. We can wait another turn on that, I think. Let's lay down the Mountain. Atraxa has the ability to gain life very easily. So I'm going to lay down the Stuffy Doll on Atraxa. Muldrotha, as far as I know, doesn't usually gain life back too easily. They may have like a Kukusho or something in there, but Atraxa just has a really easy time of gaining life back. So we go to combat. We send the Tajik into the Jace just to tick it down a little bit. Force them to have to keep using the party mode on Jace and or keep them off of the ultimate is the main plan right there. Here comes Undead Gladiator for the Muldrotha. There's one I haven't seen in a while. Discard a card, return Undead Gladiator from your graveyard to your hand. Activate this ability only during your upkeep and has cycling. Party Jace goes partying again. We draw into a Felidar Sovereign. Thrumming Bird coming down for the Atraxa. Interesting. And a Farseek, so they're going to get some extra lands. So it's going to bring it back to our turn. Mana Crypt flip. Let's go tails. Lost the flip. Crucible of Worlds. Nothing in our graveyard yet. So now's actually a good time to activate the Thaumatic Compass. That'll cost 3. We have a mountain, a plains. We do have a Maria in the deck, so we'll go for a plains. Play the plains. And then we can either cast Crucible of Worlds or Mark of Asylum. I'm thinking Mark of Asylum kind of shuts off the Stuffy Doll a little bit. Let's wait on Mark of Asylum. So we'll go for the Crucible of Worlds right here. Yeah, let's just keep attacking into this Jace. And we'll pass like that. So I didn't count, but I think there's about 5, maybe 6 wheel effects in this deck. Really trying out a lot of them. I've got Chandra Flamecaller in here. One that it's always kind of in the back of my mind, but just never quite makes most of the decks that I build. So I'm excited to give that one a try as well. And there's the Muldrotha coming down. No attacks from the Muldrotha opponent. I mean, they could have attacked into us. I would have happily blocked with the Stuffy Doll. Party Jace going partying again. We draw a fetch land. Fetch land is very helpful with the Crucible of Worlds down. Astral Cornucopia coming down for the Atraxa. Very good card in that deck. I think I want to wait maybe one more turn if I can to get Atraxa in the Blasphemous Act. Thrumming Bird coming into us. Yep, not much we can do about that. But we can activate this Stuffy Doll, so we'll go ahead and do that. Thrumming Bird hits. It's going to proliferate one time. Yep, Atraxa going to start making some mana, the Astral Cornucopia. Excellent. Here comes the Atraxa into play. So it's probably going to be Blasphemous Act for us this turn. And that'll bring it back to our turn. Let's try heads on this Mana Crypt. Lost the flip again. Ugh. There's an Aurelia. Aurelia is sweet. Play the Wooded Foothills. Crack the Wooded Foothills. Let's get our Sacred Foundry. Untapped. How much mana do we have? We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Let's see how much the Blasphemous Act is going to cost. It's going to cost 3. So let's go ahead and... yeah, let's get the Blasphemous Act down. So all of our opponent's creatures getting swept away. Our creatures are indestructible, though. And that's going to trigger the Stuffy Doll for 13 to the Atraxa opponent. They go down to 26. And let's fire off this Return to Dust on the Soul Ring and the Astral Cornucopia. So both of those get exiled. And then let's do some attacking with the Tajic Blade of the Legion. Do we go into Jace, or do we start working on the life total of Atraxa? Yeah, I think let's start working on their life total a bit. That Jace is already up to 7, so Atraxa down to 24. Try to get them in range of one of the big burn spells. Opponent's going to play... oh, really? Opponent, why would you do that? The Stuffy Doll's not even targeting you. That seems unnecessary. Well, Muldrotha might be taking some damage next turn then. So Stuffy Doll down to the -1/-1 of Sicken. That's actually not a bad little card in Muldrotha. You can cycle it if you need to draw something, and then, you know, there's usually something on board worth giving -1/-1 to, especially for the low cost of 1 mana. Opponent cycles a Wasteland Scorpion. So this looks like... oh, yeah, this looks like a cycling Muldrotha deck. Interesting. So it looks like a little bit different than the standard Muldrotha affair. Most of the Muldrotha decks I've been running into have been very homogenous, running most of the same cards with, you know, almost no variation. Opponent lays down a Skull Clamp. Excellent. And then Party Jace going partying again. There's the land. Sweet. Oh, right, we have Crucible of Worlds fetch land. Forgot about that. Oh, opponent's going to exile all artifacts. Bummer. Well, that's going to hurt. That was a lot of our game right there. We draw into another fetch land. Let's play this Plains. Yeah, I think we just cast Aurelia and start attacking things. Atraxa seems to be running the more powerful of cards, so even as much as I want to attack the Muldrotha, I think we just go to the face of Atraxa right here twice and try to get them out of this game. So Combat 1 into Atraxa, Combat 2 into Atraxa. That's going to bring them down to 13 life. So as long as we can keep making land drops, the longer this game goes, they should get in range of this Fault Line. Disciple of Malice for the Muldrotha. It's a 1/2 protection from white and cycling. Opponent cycles a Bloated Toad. Yep, a cycling Muldrotha deck. Very interesting. I'm looking at a lot of these things. I ultimately don't know if they're very powerful. I mean, they're all like 1/2s and 2/2s. Play as many of those. You can play as many of those as you want, and it just, you know, I'd rather have one really high quality creature as opposed to a bunch of small little things that they don't really give you that much value in combat, but I don't know. Muldrotha's still at 6 cards in hand, though, so that's cool, right? Party Jace going partying one more time. We draw into a Chaos Warp. Sweet. Contagion Engine coming down for opponent. That will make this take just a little bit longer than I had hoped. Yep, so opponent going to put -1/-1 counters on our creatures. That will reduce the amount of damage that we'll be able to do this turn. So Tajic down to a 1/1 and Aurelia down to a 2/3. There's a Sunscorch Regent. That's a good one. Right here, let's just get this Atraxa out of the game. They've got some annoying... they're about to be able to do some really powerful stuff, especially with the Proliferate. Jace is actually on Ultimate Loyalty. Yeah, Jace is on Ultimate Loyalty, so may actually even need to go into the Jace one time. Do we care? If they gave Muldrotha 20 cards, that could be kind of a problem. I don't know. Let's just keep swinging at the face. The reason being that we're very close on this Fault Line. So opponent down to 7. Let us play this land. Let's get our commander right here. As much as I want the Sunscorch Regent, the commander makes sense for Fault Line and other things that we could be doing. So opponent's going to cycle a land. Cycles a Jungle Weaver. Cycles a Repopulate. And plays a 1/1 with cycling. Opponent going to send the 1/2 into us. Has protection from white, so we're just going to be taking 1? Sure. Sure, opponent. Down to 26. Party Jace going partying again? Yep. There's a Crush Contraband. Only real target is Contagion Engine right now, but we'll see what Atraxa is up to this turn. Ooh, there's the Wrath of God. That's annoying. Yeah, that's why I didn't go over the Sunscorch Regent. Oh, hey, Tajik sticks around. Sweet. Obviously, we can get Firesong and Sunspeaker back from the command zone as we need to. And opponent's going to proliferate. Yep. So Tajik's going to go down to the proliferation. That's going to bring it back to our turn. There's a Starstorm. Let's go for the Sunscorch Regent right here. Nothing to really be doing with 2 mana, so I guess we'll play the Mark of Asylum this turn. Get the planes. See if opponents have more removal. Ooh, Scion of Darkness coming into play. There's one I haven't seen in a long time. Used to play that one in my super old Reanimator deck. We gain a life, and Sunscorch gets a counter. So if Atraxa plays 2 spells this turn, Sunscorch Regent will be lethal on them, and if they recast Atraxa for any reason, probably just go with the Chaos Warp, although, maybe the Starstorm, we'll see. If we can Starstorm for enough to get rid of the Scion of Darkness, that's probably a good idea. Yep, there's a Supreme Verdict, so all that stuff's going to die. Looks like board wipe Atraxa. We gain 1 more life, go back up to 27. There's a Jeru. Okay, so it is a Super Friends deck. We need 2 more lands to be lethal with the Fault Line. There's a Boros Charm. What Planeswalker did they get? Oh, they got a Venser. Oh. Venser is annoying. We don't have the mana to recast our commander. It's a little bit frustrating. Oh, I know. We go. We could Boros Charm Atraxa to the face, and then use Fault Line on our turn. I'm thinking that's the way to go. Actually, oh yeah. So okay, we're gonna kill Atraxa on the end step of the Muldrotha player. Down for that. Muldrotha seems to be running very little removal. So far, they've only played that Sicken. It looks like almost entirely cycling cards. I mean, if they interspersed a little bit of removal in there, it probably wouldn't be... It would probably be reasonable, but the fact that it doesn't seem like they have very many answers to things at this moment in time is a little bit concerning about their deck construction. So there's a Thran Dynamo. Yep. Cycles a Spell Snip. Plays a Call the Bloodline. Discard a card. Create a 1/1 black vampire creature token. Interesting. Might shoot that down with the Crush Contraband. It's going to activate the Call the Bloodline. Gets a 1/1 lifelinker. Opponent, unfortunately, sitting on, like, what could be counterspell mana. Down to 3 cards in hand, but I don't know. I think we take our chances right here. So, Boros Charm the face of the Atraxa opponent. There's the mode you really don't see much of in Commander. So, Atraxa down to 3. The Muldrotha opponent tapped a land for a second. I think I'm going to wait on this Starstorm. I think I'm going to wait on this Fault Line. We could go... On Atraxa's turn, we could go end step, shoot the Thran Dynamo, shoot the Call the Bloodline, and see if that baits out a counter. Jace Belrun, Party Jace going to party 1 more time, so at least we'll get 1 more card draw. Oh, opponent going to activate the Call of Bloodline. Sure. Oh, that was the minus mode on Jace. Whoops. Yep, probably shouldn't have let that resolve. Opponent has very little blue mana, though. So they tap 1 of their blue sources. They have 2 blue sources left. There's a Venser. They're probably going to try to slam a bunch of Planeswalkers right here. So when does this one come back? Beginning of the next end step, Jeru will come back. There's a Sylvan Library. Yep. Opponent's going to proliferate. Yeah, let's just... feeling pretty good that this Fault Line's going to get through right now, so let's just go ahead and do that. Where X equals 3. So down the Atraxa goes, 2-0. That brings it back to our turn. There's a treasure map. That's actually a pretty good pickup. Then we Crush Contraband on the Thran Dynamo and the Call to Bloodline. Opponent's going to activate that Call to Bloodline 1 last time. And then the stuff gets exiled. So they do have a 1/1 lifelinker. Nope, looks like we got an audience in the room. Looks like some fans of the channel watching the game. Muldrotha coming back to play. Yep, to get that out of play. Luckily, they only have 1 mana. Maybe 2 if they recast the land. Okay, yep, they get a tap land. Opponent coming in with the 1/1 lifelinker. We're going to activate the treasure map 1 time. Take a look. It's a land. I think we do want that land. So, comes back to our turn. We draw the land, play the land. I think it's time to get our commander. Actually, do a little check on our mana first. We can Starstorm for exactly 6. Let's take a look at see what's in opponent's graveyard. See if there's anything that's really scary. That's a creature. It's an instant. That's a frog. That's a pro blue. It's a 5/6. Not worried about that. Not worried about the instant. We do have a Scion of Darkness. It's pretty expensive, though. Smell Stip is an instant decree. Decree of Silence is a reason to shoot everything right now. Don't really want that one coming back. Yep. Let's Starstorm for X6. Opponent's on 10 mana, which means they can recast Muldrotha the turn after that. Yeah, that still buys us a huge amount of time and tempo, though. So, let's do that. Starstorm X6. Down the creatures go. Stir the Sands. Create 3/2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Whenever you cycle it, they can create a token. Okay, so that's sorcery. So this Muldrotha deck is weird because it's a lot of instants and sorceries, which are things that you cannot get back with Muldrotha. So that's seems like maybe not the best. Opponent's going to discard a Haze of Pollen. Is that a fog? Yep, that's a fog. Opponent has 1 card in hand. A couple 2/2s in play. That's actually better than them just recasting Muldrotha right there. That's going to work out better than I had hoped. We're going to stop on our turn. Make sure that we use the treasure map. Use the treasure map. Star of Extinction. Yeah, we'll keep that. Play the Felidar Sovereign. And pass turn like that. So that'll keep the zombies away since we'll be gaining life and they'll be losing tokens. Muldrotha coming back to play. Yep, there that is. Whew, Star of Extinction is 9. May have to use the Chaos Warp. Opponent's going to cycle one more time. Opponent sending in the zombies. Sure. So block a zombie, kill a zombie, stay at 23? Yes, please. Yeah, let's use the treasure map right here. It's a Library of the Lang. No, we can put that one on the bottom. That is good when you have wheel effects. We have not been drawing our wheel effects. So we get a bunch of treasure tokens. It's actually really helpful. There's a strip mine. Play the strip mine. Yeah, many wheel effects, and we have not run into a single one. We're 30 cards into our library. So, yeah. Right here, we're going to Chaos Warp the Muldrotha. Opponent gets a 4/4. Whenever they cycle or discard a card, it gets +2/+1 till end of turn. Yeah, seems fine. Much better than the Muldrotha. Do we attack? No, we stay put. Opponent recasting the Muldrotha. If they make another land drop, they'll be able to recast it again. Star of Extinction looking pretty good if we can blow up a land. They can actually, yep, they can actually. So they're going to play the Sicken on our Felidar Sovereign. Boo. Opponent coming in with the stuff. We'll block the bigger one. Actually, we could kill a token, but since we have Star of Extinction, I'm looking to wipe the board anyway. We draw into a Plains. Play the Plains. I'm pretty sure there's no way we can Star of Extinction and Firesong all in the same turn. Yeah, we could go Star of Extinction attack. That seems fine, right? Yeah, I think that's the plan. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 9 plus 8 is 17. Yeah, we're 3 mana away from that. That's still a ways away. All right, so let's blow up this Cathedral of War. And actually, we're going to leave that strip mine untapped. Blow up everything with the Star of Extinction. Sweet card. And then go to combat. Start gaining some life back. Ooh, Vigilance. Yeah, even better. Oh, we could have been attacking all along. Can't believe I missed that. Sorry, guys. I don't play much Felidar Sovereign. I forgot that it has Vigilance. Just had to read the card. So let's start gaining some of that life. Back up to 25. Use the Treasure Cove one time. Crack a treasure. Draw a card. Ooh, there's a Wear Tear. We'll sit on that for 1 additional turn. Maybe, possibly use it at the end step. I don't know, maybe we'll hold it for a bit, just in case. There's a Basalt Monolith coming down. Very reasonable target for this Wear Tear. Keep opponent off of that Muldrotha. Guardian Project. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it doesn't have the same... Oh, yeah, we're going to shoot that. Just go ahead and fuse this Wear Tear right now. Get rid of the Basalt Monolith and the Guardian Project. We draw into a Mistveil Plains. Let us use Treasure Cove, draw another card. We draw a Mind Stone. I think we get our commander into play right here. So Firesong and Sunspeaker into play. Do a little mana count. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What's Muldrotha on? I don't even remember what they're on. Might still be on 12. Swing with the Felidar Sovereign. So we get in for 3. We gain 3. Opponent goes down 3. They're at 32. We're at 28. We are going to strip mine a land. Make sure that Muldrotha stays out of play. Yeah, let's try it. Shoot the Tropical Island. Play the Mistveil Plains. Pass the turn. Opponent's going to cycle a Krosan Tusker. Oh, nope. Hard casting the Krosan Tusker. Never mind. 6/5 is pretty big. That kills our stuff. Brings it back to our turn. Let's see what we draw. Aurelia's Fury is good, right? We're at 28. So if we Aurelia's Fury, how much mana do we have? We have, might use the Treasure Cove for mana. We'll see. So that's 2, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Which means we can go X8 on the Aurelia's Fury, plus the 3. That would put us at 40. Yep, let's do it. Aurelia's Fury, the Krosan Tusker, and 3 to our opponent's face. So down those go. Oh, we get the Dome opponent for 3 more. We're at 30. Did I miscount? That didn't work out just how I had hoped. Thought we'd get more life. Shouldn't, so we gained 8. And then we gained 3. That was 11. I'm confused. I don't know what just happened. Either way, we're very close on this Felidar Sovereign, and we've still got a little bit of card draw left, so that's good news. Unearth. Return target creature. What are they getting? Getting the one with Pro White. Okay. Opponent going to tap out and pass. We'll draw with the Treasure Cove one last time. It's a Furnace of Wrath. Sweet. Then we draw a Dictate of the Twin Gods. That's funny. How do we gain this last bit of life? Let's play the Mind Stone, crack the Mind Stone. We draw a Thran Dynamo. Not super helpful. Attack into opponent. Yep, opponent blocks the one with lifelink. I guess we flash down the Dictate. Actually, I don't know. Do we flash down the Dictate? Feeling like maybe we don't. Kind of want to see what opponent's next turn is. We've run out of gas right here, so a little bit nervous. If they find something big, it could be trouble. Play the Thran Dynamo, pass the turn. We have all the wheel spells and seen 62 cards left in our deck, have not found a single wheel spell. It's probably GG the second we do find one. So far, that Strip Mine play from a few turns back seems to be holding up pretty well. Opponent hasn't found any additional lands, not able to recast their commander. Opponent gonna do some cycling. There's an Urborg, so Muldrotha probably back next turn. Okay. Yeah, I think we can get it here with the damage doublers. So opponent gonna tap out and pass. We'll lay down the Dictate. Brings it back to our turn. What do we draw? We draw a Mountain. Play the Mountain. Play the Furnace. Go to combat. Opponent gonna block. And we finally got there. -1. Nice. Well, that was super awkward. We didn't draw any of our wheel spells, but things turned out all right. A little bit slow, a little bit grindy, but we ended up getting there in the end. Probably going to take this out for another spin, see how it goes. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.